What's up, guys? Welcome back to Among the Fins. I am your host, Aaron, and thank you for joining me on Request Wednesday, where I take one of the selections off of the request board and do a review on it. And today we're going to be talking about the song Pretenders by the band Darko. Darko is a deathcore band from the US. They started about April of 2020. They only have one EP out right now, and this is a two-member band that consists of Tom Barber, who is the vocalist for Chelsea Grin, and Josh Miller, who is the drummer for Emmure. And this is like their fun side project thing that they do. And after watching the video, I discovered that Josh Miller also plays the guitar, but not in the way how you would think. He plays an 8-string guitar in this song, and he basically takes it's a left-handed guitar, but he has it strung towards right string. So basically what he did is when he learned how to play the guitar, he probably didn't have a left-hand guitar, and since he's left-handed, he just took a regular right-hand guitar and flipped it over to the other side and didn't restring it. So the way how a guitar would normally be stringed for left or right is now flipped upside down. So all the thick strings are at the bottom and all the lower or the higher strings are all at the top, which is pretty interesting. I've only seen one other guitar player do that, and I don't remember his name. He was a curly-haired guitar player who played with Roger Waters in concert, who is the bass player for Pink Floyd. And that's the only other person I've ever seen do that. Pretenders starts off with a heavy guitar riff with tons of dissonance and dynamics thrown in there with rapid fire drum work as well. And Tom Barber is absolutely gnarly, especially when he picks up the pace in the first verse. I mean, he just starts going, and it's just insane. He's somebody who every time he releases something new, he's just better. It seems like he's constantly improving, and he's working his way up to being one of the very best deathcore vocalists out there. Just when you thought that Pretenders couldn't get any more brutal, the second verse features Ben Durr, I believe that's how you say his last name, who is the vocalist for Shadow of Intent. And if Tom Barber is considered, like one of the best vocalists around or one of the rising stars in deathcore, Ben Durr is arguably probably the best vocalist for deathcore. If not, he's definitely a lot of people's favorites. And while I love Ben, I gotta admit I'm not that big of a fan of his highs, or I guess his vocal fries, but it sounds so good, and it makes the song even more chaotic. Like right when the guitar and the drums start to break up a little bit just as it goes into the breakdown. I mean, his lows are fantastic, but his highs, I mean, it was just kind of whatever for me, but it fits the song so beautifully. And Tom finishes off the song with the bridge and the chorus, which the bridge is kind of just a repeat of the chorus in general. And having two vocalists on a deathcore song is, to me, it's kind of rare. I gotta admit, I don't venture into deathcore all that much. Like, I know, Whitechapel, but I don't like go that deep into some of the side projects that these guys have. And having just two absolute powerhouse vocalists on this song, to me, is pretty rare, especially how it was used. And like I said, the vocal pacing and the cadence in the song is pretty fast paced, and it sounds phenomenal. And it just adds a whole nother element to the storytelling and just the feel of the song. And I can't express enough how heavy Pretenders is. I mean, it never lets up, not even for 1 second. It's basically just pummeling you for over 3 minutes. And even though it's very drum focused, everything else, like the vocals, the guitar riff, nothing really takes a backseat. Everything is just so in your face. It's like the vocals are punching you in your face, the drums are kneeing you in the gut, and every once in a while the riff comes around and kicks you in the nuts. And the lyrics are also incredible. There's a decent amount of strategy and thought that went into the writing process in this song. And I'm specifically looking at the fact that the lyrics rhyme. If you've seen my reviews before and I'm doing a review on something where the lyrics rhyme, I usually point that out, especially when it comes to deathcore or metalcore, because it's something that we don't really see or hear all that often. And since the pacing for the vocals and the cadence in this song is a little bit faster pace and it flows a little bit smoother, the fact that it has like lyrics that rhyme, even though you can't hear exactly what they're saying, just having that vocal pitch and that tone that links up every once in a while is all it takes to make a huge difference. And it does. It makes the song feel like it flows so much faster. And Like, you could actually start moving your head to just the vocals alone without even the drums or the guitar being there. And I've been trying to think of something that I don't like about this song. And one thing that I noticed is that the chorus is short, but it is in no way lackluster, and it is huge. I mean, it only consists of, I think, like 5 or 6 words, but Tom Barber makes brilliant use of those words. He holds out the phrases, and it's just, they're so deep, and the growls are beautiful, and his vocal performance on this song is just fantastic. I mean, as far as deathcore goes, this is it. You got two powerhouse vocalists that show off why they are one of the best in the game. You got a fantastic drummer who's not just throwing around blast beats, but there's different patterns in there, and it kind of, you can hear the transition. It kind of makes it hard to guess where he's going to go next. Sure, the guitar riff isn't really all that great, but it's got fast chugs. It sounds like machine guns, and then it has some dissonance and dynamic stuff thrown in there. I mean, this is it. This is basically as good as deathcore gets. It's heavy. It's got its lows. It's got its highs. It's not repetitive. It flows quick. It's original. Yeah, I mean, this song is practically perfect. So with all that said, I gotta give Pretenders by Darko a 5 out of 5. My favorite part on this song is easily the duet between Tom and Ben. I mean, you basically have these two demons just screaming at you, telling you about how higher authorities and all that are just pretenders and they don't really care about you. And it's a match made in heaven. But I want to know what you guys think. If you've listened to Pretenders, leave a comment below letting me know what you thought. If you haven't yet, I'm going to leave a link for it down in the description below. Click on that, give it a listen if you dare, and let me know what you would rate it. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe and click the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. And if you want to be featured on a Request Wednesday, leave a comment below letting me know what you want me to review, new, old, album, EP, single, whatever. Leave a request for it down below. We'll throw it on the whiteboard and we will get you squared away. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it more than you could ever imagine. Hope you all have a good rest of your day or night whenever you happen to be watching this. Happy Thanksgiving also. I know we're not supposed to have large gatherings or any of that, but I mean, people are going to do what they're going to do. So with that said, please stay safe, especially in your travels. Make it to your family's house and make it home safely. And I will talk to you guys next time.
I was trying, an ignorant kid relying on my parents' said to save me.